Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus. Today we are going to be watching a match between myself and Mr. Slazzer. We have played against him yesterday, I believe, and we are playing against him today as well. So I am playing Shep Stress, probably my favorite team actually. It is the team that I do call my own. It's a very decent, like extremely reliable stress team. Having a flagellant in position 1 with that content of absolution just pretty much lets you answer everything that you want, and it's a really solid team. And we are going to be playing against what I do believe Slazzer was actually playing yesterday in the first match. So it's kind of a mark team, but it has instead of it being like the Heylow comp with a Chester, it has a Highwayman replacing it. So it is actually a pretty decent counterpick to what I have, because it does have the Highwayman with that Riposte, and it is still very aggressive and quite capable of getting kills. So I'm kind of, I usually go for a slam first. That's typically what I go for playing the Shep Stress. I push that Bounty Hunter to the back because it's going to take some sort of move to get him out of position 4. So it's either going to take a Bola, or normally it would take a Finale, but since there's a Finale, yeah, there's that. So I do miss one of that Rain of Sorrows, but I do still hit the Bounty Hunter. But I'm eating a lot of damage on my Abomination, which definitely isn't all that good. I go for a Hansari because the Riposte base accuracy is 85 and he doesn't really have any accuracy buff, so I was kind of hoping it would miss. It doesn't miss, it rolls for max damage, but at least it wasn't a crit. Now there's going to be a sniper shot, but thankfully it does not do enough damage, which I'm definitely really happy about. And I just decided to drop a Bellow here. I could have dropped the guard immediately, that was an idea, but there is a Caltrops in play here, so it's kind of you know, what should you do with this Man-at-Arms here? Because if I guard, I will be able to prevent any direct death blows from coming in, but if my Abomination's already at this store, the Arbals can still just shoot through the guard, and with the Mark for Death debuff being applied, I will likely just die anyway. So I end up deciding to go for a preemptive card here, because there's no way Caltrops would do even a single tick of damage with Bellow and the 30 prot, and the Arbalist can hit through the Mark, but she cannot kill. So this is a pretty decent situation for us right now. The only thing that could go poorly is if that Crusader goes for a stunning blow and gets the 50% stun. So I do have the Numbing Instance, which is giving me extra stun resistance, but yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And right now this is not looking too good, because my Abomination, as long as Slazzer plays his cards right, my Abomination is not going to live. Unless I go for yet another guard here, which is what I end up deciding to do. So I do decide to go for the double guard, based on, actually, this is gonna sound weird, but I'd go for the double guard based on hoping that Slazzer doesn't know what the best play here is. And the best play is to drop a Caltrops, because considering I have 0 prot on my Abomination, because it's the Doggy that's guarding, not the Man-at-Arms, he will be able to do 1 point of damage. So I was hoping that he wouldn't see that, but sadly he does, and right now this is not looking too great. This is absolutely not looking too great for us, but not all is lost. We do still have a flagellant Doggy Man-at-Arms, and while the Abomination is quite likely to die, he might stay alive, which is what matters here. It is what matters. There's a chance that he stays alive, and if there's a chance, there's a hope, there's a dream. And he's gonna go for the death blow. And look at this. Look at the absolute greed that my man goes for. He goes for the Bola, which is a 55% death blow chance, instead of going for the sniper shot, which would have been an 85. So he risks everything by going for that, just so he can get the Bounty Hunter back into position, so just trying to be faster. And that's just ridiculous, because I would go first. I would get rid of the stun, I would go first, and right now I would detransform, go for a heal, and he would be screwed. But he decided to go risky, it paid off. He got the 55% death blow through the guard. But he did miss that Vendetta dodge debuff on my Doggy, which is definitely pretty good, but he does still get the buffs. I decide to go for another Rain of Sorrows before I get stunned, and that is going to drop the Bounty Hunter down to 0, which is pretty nice. He decides to go for a heal here, which I'm honestly going to have to disagree with, because it's not really going to save the Bounty Hunter, and he's up on action, so just stunning my Flagellant would have been great for him to do right now, but well, that is going to save the Bounty Hunter for the meantime, but he's right back down to that store, so it doesn't really help him all that much. It did also clear the damage debuffs, but who cares. And now the Bounty Hunter moves back, which is definitely quite handy. So even though he went for the risky play and the bullet, thankfully the Bounty Hunter just decided to move back, so that's nice. I do decide to go for a Hound's Harry here. I somehow miss a Crusader with a 93% hit chance. I decided to go for it even against the Riposte because I feel like, well, you know, I have to take chances here if I actually want to win. And with my 50 dodge, I should be able to get a dodge or two. So really, really unfortunate that I didn't actually hit the Bounty Hunter or the Crusader. My hit chance was above, I mean, on the Bounty Hunter it was a 78, and on the Crusader it was a really high hit chance as well. And look at that, the Arbalest with like, I mean, she didn't even go last with that. She had a 60% hit chance and just crits for 15. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. It just sucks to see it, like, abusive Arbalest. Yeah, it's kind of a buff, honestly. Goes for a duelist advance, once again, super greedy play. Just trying to keep that riposte up instead of going for the higher death blow chance with the Wicked Slice. If you have the higher death blow chance, you go for it. You just take that 45% chance of winning the match. But he decides not to go for it. And right now, my man-at-arms finally has his action again after getting rolled by the 50% death blow chance. And hopefully we can pull off something interesting here, because my Doggy has regen, my Flagellant will be able to heal soon, get some big heals off. The Bounty Hunter moves back again. This Bounty Hunter just loves that position 4. Ever since he's been slammed, he just wants to stay there. My opponent goes for a Mark here, which is an interesting move, because even if I guard, he will be able to pretty much just hit me through the guard, but I am still going for a guard. I decide to drop the defender again. Let's see if my stun resistance pulls through this time. 90% stun res, that's a really decent amount. I only run the numbing instance, not the exotic snuff, because, well, snuff is going to be useless like 2/3 of the matchups. So I bring Pit Fighter's Helm and numbing instance. It's the overall just a wide setup, but I get stunned again, you know, 50-50, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. I drop the Rain of Sorrows, I get a very nice crit on that Bounty Hunter, and a little bit more damage being dealt to the Arbalest as well. So right now he does have a pretty decent chance of getting death, but decides to go for the Arbalest first, which is surprising. I guess he wants to drop a Polo to put the Bounty Hunter back in position 3, I'd say, or he just drops a Sniper Shot. Definitely overkill here. This was the time to go Polo, I'd have to say. Maybe he didn't want to activate my Flagellant healing that early. I mean, he's still going to take down from Caltrops and be able to redeem, but he would have had a higher death blow chance by going for the Arbalest Sniper Shot. I guess he doesn't know that Sniper Shot gives him an extra 30% death blow chance against guarded characters, probably, something like that. Here I go for the risky Houndsary. My 30 dodge does pull through, but so does the Bounty Hunter dodge. He just stays alive, but we get a pretty lucky death blow on that Arbalest, and things aren't looking too bad. It's going to be an affliction on the Harriman as well. And unless my Flagellant gets stunned right now, I will be able to drop a redeem very, very soon, and this will be wonderful for us. Let's see what this Crusader does right here. He goes for Rally to the play. Crit heal, double crit heal. As good as a double crit heal is, at this point you have to stun the Flagellant, because if you don't, he's just gonna abuse the redeem, and he's gonna heal the Doggy for his entire health bar. So definitely not the best play by Slazzer here. He had kind of the upper hand by being able to get those double 50-50 stuns on the man-at-arms, but he really threw the advantage here by not going for more stuns with the Crusader. You know, if you have a character advantage and if you're going for stuns, you just manage to immobilize the Flagellant really, really well. And if he's stunned, he can't go for these big heals, and you'll eventually just win. I decided to just go for Rain of Sorrows here, Greedy Shepherd. Yeah, I see that none of my characters are at this store. I'm gonna go first next round anyway, so why even go for a heal at this point? Just go for Rain of Sorrows. Finally, you hit like that 70% hit chance, and he goes for a Wicked Slice onto my Doggy. But things are just looking great here. I can heal myself with regen. There isn't even a Riposte anymore. And yeah, just heal yourself, just drop a Houndsary. There is one thing that could happen that would be pretty bad here, is that if the Crusader goes Virtuous. If the Crusader goes Virtuous, yeah, things won't be looking too good, I'll be honest. But it would be even considerably worse, because there's Caltrop sticking on my character, so through stuns he's kind of doing a little bit more damage. And the Crusader's Resolve check comes in, but he does go Hopeless instead of Virtuous, so quite a decent outcome for us. Crusader not getting that Sacred Blade, it is always disgusting when he gets that Sacred Blade Virtue, especially if he goes Courageous. You know how much I hate Courageous. And yeah, no matter what he does right now, he's kind of screwed. He goes for a Stunning Blow on the Flagellant, which is definitely his best play. I'm just gonna click here. I don't want to take any risks. I don't want to go for a guard on the Doggy and then the Flagellant gets dropped to death, or next round he gets just hit by a 50-50 death blow or something. No risks to be taken. Just click the Flagellant first. He gets dropped to death, and now I just go for another guard. So is third time the charm? Let's see. Does the Man-at-Arms Defender actually work this time? Numbing Incense, come on, don't fail me for the third time in a row. The thing is, at this point, the guard just existing is good, is enough of itself. Even if he gets the stun right now for the third time in a row, which he finally doesn't, I would just be able to ignore it. I do decide to, wow, I'm actually gonna go risky here. Yeah, I'm actually gonna drop a punish. So, keeping my regen up. For that Harman action, just drop a punish so I have the plus damage and the plus accuracy from being at this door. It goes for duelist advance, but once again regen is up, but there is going to be a riposte now. Yeah, things are not looking too bad for the Shepherd Doggy here, so it was a really rough spot, but once you kill that Bounty Hunter, unless there's a finisher support on the enemy team, you will just be able to kind of take the match, unless it goes down to a Crusader 1v1 at the end, or a 2v1. That's really a tough thing to deal with. The Crusader Trolley to the Flame can be really nasty, and just unreasonably nasty actually. Master drops a nice sword here from that riposte. I don't really mind at this point. I feel like I have taken the match. There's no way he can kill the Flagellant, so even if he kills the Doggy right now, Harman is gonna go down, and then there's no way the Crusader beats the Flagellant here. He's gonna go for the Wicked Slice, does get the death blow, but depending on what I drop right now, I should be able to win. But I'm kind of in a weird situation because I can't go Bellow. Because if I go Bellow, I actually just lose the guard, and then things could be wow, how do I put this? Not that good for me, because I also can't go Exsanguinate, because I just get hit by Riposte, and I can't risk a 20% chance of just getting Riposted right now. So I just end up deciding to go for the safe play here. I just drop a Redeem. You know, it's a really weird spot to drop a Redeem in, but considering how the situation is, that Riposte is dangerous. Really dangerous. Such as the way of the Butcher Circus, you know, just suffering that 20% would be absolutely horrible. A little bit of an act out, doing some extra stress, and unless he goes for a stun right now and gets it, I would be able to just get the kill with the Bellow, but that's gonna be GG, so really rough spot for Shep Stress there for a second. I will have to say, the Flagellant isn't the absolute best pick for these matchups. I mean, he is really good at that Reign of Sorrows, just absolutely just shredded through the Bounty Hunter and the Arbles, but I would have definitely preferred to have a Crusader, especially back when we were, let me see if I can go back, yeah, just like about here. Instead of going for another Reign of Sorrows, I could also have a support healer in the form of the Crusader if I did have a Crusader. Of course, he'd get stunned a little bit more easily, but he's also chunkier with that 45 max HP, and he can also drop a Bulwark of Light, making the Harman considerably less useful. So that's kind of like the difference between the stress team that has a Crusader and the stress team that has the Flagellant. Flagellant's going to do a lot better against stress teams and DOT teams and things that can't just burst him down immediately, while the Crusader is going to do a lot better against damage teams like this, and it is going to do a lot better. I would have said that if I had a Crusader here, I don't think I'd be able to lose this matchup unless there was just a lot of crits early on, and my Crusader would just get perma-stunned through the extra stun resistance, or if my opponent went first and yeah, just got a lot of crits early and I got absolutely no stun resistances, that would be the only way. So definitely two very strong teams to watch out for, this Flagellant and the Crusader variants. Are both great. Crusader variant isn't mine. That one had been around like way earlier, almost like 2 weeks into the Circus. There was already some of those teams going around. Shep Stress, definitely my unique team, made it for a tournament. It was absolutely awesome, like almost 2 years ago at this point. Yeah, that was ages ago. Absolute ages ago. I still love the team. I absolutely still love the team. Just having a Flagellant feels so nice. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the match, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.